So before we get into this video, let me just say that this is the Rad Brad's footage. I'm not Crap Gamer. I didn't steal this and I didn't take this and claim it to be my own footage. You can see in the bottom right, it is the Rad Brad's footage. If you haven't checked Rad Brad out, go check him out. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. Just a really down-to-earth dude. He does great walkthroughs. Excellent dude. Anyway, this is the first time that a Borderlands game has come out where I haven't immediately bought it day one. I was so hyped leading up to this. We all were. We've been waiting so many years for this game, and this is the first time I've ever held off before I bought a Borderlands game. Now, I reached out to my buddy Mike Patton because he's a huge Borderlands guy. If you guys remember, I've spoke with him in the past. I spoke about him in the past. Being a huge Fallout fan. Fallout 76 comes out. We start playing it. The game is stuttering. It's all over the place. And I love you, brother. But he didn't have any issues. So I made the joke, just fucking with him, saying, you know, you must have a special Xbox One X or whatever. But as long as he's enjoying the game, that's all that matters. That being said, he said he wasn't having issues. So I hit my buddy Jimbo out, Don Corleone. Asked him if he was having any issues. I said, man, what mode are you playing on the Xbox One X? He said he was playing it in resolution mode. I said, does it feel smooth? And he said it seems to. So I said, do me a favor, switch it to performance mode, which is supposed to be 1080p, 60 frames, and let me know how that feels. He immediately hits me back about 5 minutes later and says, man, for whatever reason, this feels a lot worse. He says it's stuttering. It's rarely 60 frames per second, and it's crazy. He was blown away. He was even laughing about it. So I checked with both those two guys who have played the game, and this is my conclusion, guys. Going into Borderlands 3's release, the review process was completely shady, and that should always be a red flag. The same thing happened with NBA 2K20 from what I hear, and it's having major issues. Review copies put out, and the ones that were put out were early builds of the game that were considered works in progress, which makes no sense to me considering the game was literally about to come out. They got these codes, these games, a day before launch. So how could it be, why would they send out an early build of the game a day before launch? You know, I'm seeing shit where it's plagued with technical issues. I've seen reports of guys losing progress. One guy in particular had put in 6 hours and lost all of his progress. Bugs, crashes on all platforms, Xbox, PC, PS4, and DX12, from what I'm hearing, is completely broken on the PC. Some people can't even get the game to run, even with a high-end rig, when they're running DX12. Like I said, these performance issues are widespread on all platforms. I know one of the homies has a PC running a 2080 Ti. He had to bump that down to 1440p. To me, that's completely unacceptable. I have a 2070, and there's literally nothing I can't damn near max out or at least hit the high settings and get well beyond 60 frames on these games. So having to bump it down with a 2080 Ti to 1440p is completely unacceptable, especially on a game with cel-shaded graphics where it's nothing super demanding. Lots of reports coming through saying the vanilla consoles are nearly unplayable, especially in the split screen mode where you're getting in split screen mode at home. I watched some video footage earlier and the game was just chugging along and it looked absolutely atrocious, sometimes coming to a complete stop. These guys were opening up their menu screens and everything would just completely come to a screeching halt. I don't understand it. Even on the X and the Pro versions, these people are suffering major performance issues, with reports of the game rarely even coming close to hitting 60 frames per second on these Pro consoles. So where I'm going with this, guys, now it makes sense why the review codes were so limited. But what doesn't make sense to me is, what is Gearbox doing? They've always delivered solid product. They knew the anticipation for Borderlands 3 is one of the most anticipated games in the business. People were waiting for this. Myself, my guy Mike Patton, you know, we were all waiting for this game to drop so we can jump in and just start looting and blowing shit up and having fun with friends. And the game's broken. I don't understand how they could release a broken game, but They knew the game was broken. That's why the review copies were limited. It was obvious that they knew it. My thing is, now I gotta hold off. I am not gonna buy this game for $60 on the PC and for $60 on the consoles for it to be broken and unplayable. I don't want it to stutter and dip. Borderlands has never stuttered and dipped. Even the remasters or whatever you want to call them that just dropped for the Pro consoles were 4K 60 and they were butter smooth. So turn that ad off. So yeah, to me, guys, it's completely unacceptable. Let me know if any of you guys have played the game. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments section. So if you guys could chime in, I would greatly appreciate it. And drop me with the honest opinions. Don't damage control it because you love Borderlands. I get it. You want the game to be great. I understand it. I'm not saying that the core game isn't great. But when you got these performance issues, to me, that just takes away the immersion. And I can't have that. So if you guys do me a favor, if you have played it, drop some comments in the chat. I want to know what you guys think, and I'm going to let you guys go. Got to mow some grass, come in, finish Gears, and hopefully they get this patched up so I can enjoy this game myself. I'm going to let you guys go. Chime off in the comments. Gotti360. Keep it gaming.